was climbing up a deep mountain valley when he discovered a suspicious creature near the clear water. It looked somewhat like a snake or like a miniature version of an oriental dragon. In fact, there are quite a few explorers who go around searching for these mysterious creatures. Take a look at this video. There was a rumor in a village that strange sounds were coming from a cave. Out of curiosity, the explorers went all the way to the end of the cave, which had a dark passage. Shining a light, they went deeper inside. Right at that moment, an unidentified giant grotesque creature came crawling out at high speed. It had a long body that reminded them of an imuogi, but on closer inspection it looked like yet another type of creature. If you watch the captured footage in slow motion, it seems that a giant form from deeper inside the cave was moving and drove the group away. People who saw it said, "Isn't that an imugi before it becomes a dragon?" But experts argue there's no way dragons really exist. It's also strange that similar dragon legends are passed down all around the world. Some people say maybe surviving dinosaurs or pterosaurs coexisted with humans at one time. Humanity might have deified these remaining dinosaur species as dragons. Could real surviving dinosaurs be hiding somewhere on Earth? Or are they all just legendary creatures from our imagination? Stories of strange sounds echoing in a mountain cave or of a small dragon-like creature seen in a valley are mysteries that make your heart race just hearing about them. Maybe someday, without us knowing, we might come face to face with a being we've only regarded as a legend.
There are so many dragon sightings, but it's strange that no bones or carcasses have been found.
Surprisingly, there are stories that carcasses or bones have indeed been discovered. In a rural region of India called Maramkunu, a video that allegedly showed not just dragon bones, but an actual dragon carcass shook the internet all at once. From skin tissue to claws, horns, and teeth, it was so vivid that it looked like a direct embodiment of the Western legendary dragon. The problem was that it was not decomposed at all, almost as if it had just died yesterday. So people said, isn't it just a discarded movie prop? Even the people who are watching now might not believe it, right? In China, a video of remains that appeared to be an Oriental-style dragon circulated, and since many residents claim to have seen it in person, it became a bigger sensation. They said they saw a row of vertebrae stretched out and a long skull, which led some to get excited, saying, "It's a real dragon," while others were suspicious, saying, "Isn't it just a prop skeleton?" It's said that dozens of people certified it as the real thing, so it's hard to dismiss it as just a simple happening. In the end, either dragons truly exist or it's a well-made prop, one of the two. However, what's amazing is that dragon carcass videos circulated in different cultures like India and China at the same time. Some say there are parts that can't be explained by mere fabrication. Of course, mainstream scientists don't acknowledge it at all and brush it off, saying bones or carcasses claimed to be dragons likely belong to fake props or false information. Still, interestingly, some people who love these mysteries are hoping there might be some undiscovered evidence out there. Anyway, if dragons really did exist, the fact that only faint traces of them appear on the internet is already romantic enough, isn't it?
Somehow, because they say it was discovered in China, it feels a bit suspicious.
You stop right there. A man was strolling through the forest filming himself when he supposedly captured a completely unexpected scene. If you look closely between the rocks, something shaped like a small human looked at him, then ran away as if startled. He couldn't hide his excitement, saying, "I think I found a pixie from legend." A few days later, the man went back into the forest and filmed another video. This time a companion was waiting in a tent. They heard a strange sound, so they turned on the camera, and the life form captured clearly on screen looked like something from outer space. It had a small build and somewhat childlike appearance, but its eyes and outline were different from a human's. He immediately uploaded this video claiming, "A pixie appeared right here." For reference, pixies are legendary fairies that have been passed down for a long time in southwest England. It's said that they usually live around dolmens, ancient tombs, or historic sites, and they're small with a childlike appearance. According to legend, if someone is friendly to them or helps them, they repay that kindness, but if someone is hostile, they play tricks on them. In fact, in the Devon region of England, there's even a Pixie Day festival commemorating this pixie legend. There's no definitive answer as to whether the entity captured in this video is really a pixie or someone staging. However, this eerie scene once again stirred people's imaginations about whether a fairy-like legend could actually be real. Meanwhile, the man is said to still be pursuing the truth, so one wonders whether there might really be some mysterious little neighbors hiding in that forest.
That's perfect CG. Why doesn't Netflix scout these people?
It was a late night with persistent rain and thick fog. The man holding the camera in the darkness was startled by birds suddenly flying away. The strange thing is, as if running away, the birds scattered, and suddenly a siren-like sound began faintly coming from somewhere. Because it had the timbre of an old warning siren, he first thought it might be a disaster broadcast, but there was no one around. As the siren sound grew louder, he discovered a bouquet of flowers left beneath it. Whoever left it there, it felt so eerie. Moreover, the rain started coming down harder, and he felt he should find shelter right away. But just as he turned to leave, a mysterious person appeared and subdued him. Shocked, he had no time to resist before that person grabbed him and dragged him away somewhere. Meanwhile, a familiar noise, the metallic alarm-like ringing once you hear it, you can't forget, grew clearer in the distance. The eerie tone unique to Siren Head pierced his ears, and there were several people who already seemed hypnotized by that siren sound, appearing like zombies, following orders, dragging him away. It turned out that this video was actually an animated work by a foreign director. The dark atmosphere, the rain effects, and the appearance of Siren Head, one of the most famous monsters from Trevor Henderson, were so realistic that many people mistook it for real footage. Some viewers said paying for internet was worth it, and though they were scared, they couldn't look away. Just watching this Siren Head video makes your heart drop. And if you watch it alone at night, even once, it'll send chills up your spine.
This is the best Siren Head video I've ever seen.
Those who knew it was CG from the beginning, please hit the like button once. One day, a video taken by a man while hiking caused an uproar on the internet. At first, he thought it was simply a white horse, but it had a horn on its head. People went wild, saying, "A unicorn has really appeared," and judging from how shaky the footage is, you can guess how shocked the man was. In fact, these kinds of unicorn sightings pop up from time to time, like someone filming a sunset and catching a white horse with a horn galloping by, or re-watching the footage and seeing a distinctly shaped horn. However, what most people don't know is that a goat with only one horn really exists, and there are animals like cattle with enormous horns, so mistaking a horned horse is quite possible. People even joke, with all these animals, why wouldn't there be a horned horse? Still, what would it be like if we actually encountered a horse with a horn on the road? It would make you wonder if you're dreaming or if you've crossed into another world. If a unicorn suddenly appeared while driving, I might let go of the steering wheel, thinking, am I on my way to the afterlife? Something unbelievable happened to a group of men enjoying mountain biking. The weather was nice, so they were all in a good mood riding their bikes, but the rider at the very front suddenly fell over on the spot. The friends behind him all stopped in surprise, asking, "Why did you fall? Are you hurt?" But the fallen rider took off his helmet and shouted urgently, "I just saw a strange monster." At first, they thought he was joking, but when they replayed the footage, you can really see a strange monster appear right in front of the rider. It was somewhat short in height and appeared to have a human-like form, but its head shape and limbs were so abnormal that you wondered, what is that? Is it even a person? Then, in an instant, it fled into the bushes. The riders said, "Let's catch that weird creature," and jumped on their bikes to chase it. Holding a camera, they ran into the forest. They searched the ground behind trees and combed the area, but it had already vanished without a trace. Because it was small, once it hid, it wouldn't be easy to find. Eventually, they returned to their bikes in frustration, and later that night, every time they replayed what was captured on camera, they kept asking, "What on earth was that?" Hoping to see it again, they went back to the same course after that, but never again found any trace of the strange creature.
Even if I watch it at 0.25 speed, I can't tell what kind of creature it is.
A man said he found something astonishing and opened his palm. In it was a shiny, glittering golden jewel beetle. At first, he thought someone had placed a piece of metal there, but on closer inspection, it was a living beetle. It was emitting a vivid golden glow, looking like a mechanical insect robot, making you wonder if such a creature could really be born in nature. Apparently, these golden jewel beetles can appear in various colors due to the gloss of their exoskeleton and polarization. Some are half silver and half green, and occasionally one shows a bit of a red hue. Interestingly, these gold beetles fetch quite a high price on the market. Because their appearance is so dazzling and rare, collectors seek them out. The man said, "When I first saw it, I was sure it was a metal figurine," expressing his surprise. Even reflecting a little bit of light, the golden color shone brilliantly. Holding it in his hand felt like placing an insect robot from an SF movie in his palm. He said that nature works its magic in mysterious ways, and if life's diversity is this extreme, who knows what else might be hidden out there, showing off other colors.
There's even a creature like this, so why isn't there really a unicorn?
Oh my God! What is that?
On May 29, 2013, while walking along a beach in Israel with friends, a man reportedly witnessed an unexpected scene. There was some sort of creature lying on the rock, and at first he thought it was a seal. But when he got closer, the back side definitely looked like a seal, and when it turned slightly, a human-like form became visible. There seemed to be a silhouette that looked like hair, and the moving arms appeared suspicious enough at a glance. The men said, "Could that be a mermaid from Legends?" and started filming. And at that moment, the creature pushed itself up on its arms and stood. Then it turned around, lifted its head to look at the men, and they said that moment truly gave them chills. They said it looked like someone combined a human's upper body with the lower body of a seal. In the video, you can hear them gasp in shock, which was apparently too bizarre for a staged hoax. The creature immediately scurried down toward the sea and disappeared into the water, leaving the men dumbfounded and rushing to upload the footage online. Naturally, people doubted it, asking, "Isn't that CGI, or could a mermaid really exist?" But judging by the atmosphere of the footage, many comments said the men seemed genuinely shocked. In particular, the moment it turned around and stared was clearly captured, and some commented that the creature's eyes sparkled like a human's. In any case, it was realistic enough to make you think that mermaids from legends or fairy tales might really exist. Many call it the most convincing mermaid footage, since no one actually saw it in person besides them. We can't say for certain that it's fact, but it's undeniably eerie and unsettling to watch. People still circulate the video saying, "Could there really be mermaids?" Half curious, half skeptical.
Since 70% of Earth is water, maybe there's a civilization down there we don't know about, even if it's not mermaids.
This one shows an even clearer shot of a mermaid. For a while, the internet went wild over a video from somewhere in South Africa that allegedly showed a half fish, half human creature on the beach. The part resembling a fin was flapping, and a human-like arm joint was seen moving, clearly captured on video, which honestly looked a bit creepy. People at the scene touched it a few times or examined it closely out of curiosity, and viewers who saw it said, "Is this really a mermaid?" and went wild. But soon reactions came saying, "There's no way a mermaid that looks like that could be real." Something about its external appearance was unnatural, and the video quality and reactions around it suggested it was staged, people said. And realistically, if it were a genuine mermaid, the scientific community would have gone crazy. But there's been no follow-up news or research, which fueled further doubt. In the end, most people think there's a high chance it's a fake prop, but there's still a bit of a romantic notion that maybe such a creature really is hiding somewhere, so they haven't entirely given up on the idea. It was a fascinating and somewhat scary video.
Buddy, how you doing?
A man was driving along a forest road when he saw someone coming out of the woods through his car window. At first, he thought it was a hiker, so he stopped the car, concerned they might be injured. But when he got closer, the person's appearance was strange. When he tried talking, the individual only made some weird moaning-like sounds, not normal speech. Even when the man asked, "Are you okay?" they just made a noise, then came crawling on all fours with their hands on the ground, giving the scene a very creepy vibe. Not only that, but the crawling speed was oddly fast, and the sound from their mouth strongly reminded him of a zombie from the movies. In a flash, he thought, did this person really become a zombie like in the movies? And terrified, he stepped on the gas to get away. Later, he reviewed the footage, and it clearly showed a mysterious crawling person. After posting the footage, he claimed he had really seen a zombie. Of course, experts say it's likely someone intoxicated or someone exhibiting severe mental issues. Still, he said, if you encounter such a scene in person, there's no way you wouldn't freak out, recalling how it chilled him to the bone. He even said it didn't look like a living human. He tried to help, thinking the person might be injured, but ended up getting a huge fright, which is unfortunate. Ever since, whenever he drives through forest roads, he gets uneasy. If someone crawls toward you like that, making weird noises, wouldn't anyone turn the car around? He said.
If a zombie outbreak happens, I think humans could be scarier than zombies.